Now then, people, it's Monday Night Football time. I hope you are all doing well. Please smash a like on the stream, share and subscribe. If you aren't already, I assume you already are, but if not, it's free to do so. Hit that subscribe button. Check out the ALTV merch as well. I've got it on today if you want to check that out. We've got some nice new tops coming out, Alien Flop, etc. And I've also twisted Tasha's arm to do me a Virgil van Strauch t-shirt as well. I might be the only one that wears it, but I don't care. We're gonna get that out there. Got some fantastic guests with us today. Of course, we've got he's over there. Oscar, my man Oscar over there, looking cool as a cucumber in his cap. We've got Ed from All Things Leeds, and we've got Rob, chair of the Leominster White Supporters Group. That's right.
That'll do. That's close.
Done it. Smashed it. Ed, how you doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, not doing too bad. Had a fantastic weekend after Friday's result. I'm definitely a person who, Leeds United results make or break for weekend. And I usually hate Friday games because if we lose, then the whole weekend's ruined. Whereas, the other week, Monday Night Football, it's just you get on with the week and you forget about it. So,
no, I hear you, mate. I hear you. But it was a good weekend. Obviously, we beat Fulham. And then Manchester United crashed out of the FA Cup against Leicester, which is always fun as well. So that was really good. Rob, how are you doing, mate?
All good. Same as. It was an interesting game against Fulham, I thought, because it was one that we really looked this one, the next one, are the ones we wanted to win. We really need to take the points off them, but never going to be an easy game because they played some decent stuff in parts on Friday night. So I thought it could have been one of those. It was a difficult night for us, to be fair, I thought, overall.
Yeah. No. I agree. And before we go to Oscar, who Liam Horsley says looks like a Football Factory cast member in his
film, talk. By the way.
Yeah,
great film.
It is a good film. Before we go to Oscar, I'm just going to remind everyone that this video is, of course, sponsored by Football Prizes. They've got some fantastic prizes on offer this week, actually. Last week, they didn't have any because they were all sold out because Leeds always take more. But this week, we have a Jermaine Beckford signed and framed montage, plus this season's Leeds Away shirt, the green and blue stripe one, which is an absolute thing of beauty in my own opinion. I do like wearing it. If you do want to get involved in that, it is £4.95 a ticket. There are 66 tickets available. And that ends this Friday at 7:30. You can also get a Jack Harrison signed and framed United shirt in a custom frame with actual built-in LED lights. So, you could be sat in the dark and it'll just be lighting up your room. Don't know if you can quite make that out there, but in the top right-hand corner, there's the little signed framed shirt with a little LED light around it. Would look nice on mine or Oscar's backdrop, I believe. So we might have to have a go at that. That's £7.45 a ticket, 99 tickets available. Wednesday the 24th, so you need to get involved pretty quick. And then one for the man himself, Mr. Oscar Mario. There is a Lionel, whatever you want to call him, Messi signed and framed football boot, which is available Friday as well. I know Oscar will be dying to get his hands on that. Unfortunately, the True Goat hasn't got a prize out there yet, so I am able to quite get that CR9 one yet. But CR7, CR9, what am I talking about?
See, he doesn't even know which Ronaldo's the best. He doesn't even know which one's the best, does he?
But yeah, Oscar, how you doing, my man? Are you all right?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing really good. I just feel great to be going into an international break having won. Can't remember the last time I went into an international break having been won, and going into a bit of a break of games. And then obviously next game, Sheffield United. Don't want to speak too soon, but feel pretty confident on that one as well. And who knows, can we push into the top half of the table in early April? Imagine.
Nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to obviously have a quick chat with our guests and get their thoughts on Fulham just briefly. But then what we're going to do is have a look at where Leeds are now. We're currently 12th in the table. We've got 9 games left to play, so single figures worth of games now. And we're just going to have a chat, guys, of where we expect or where we think Leeds might finish between now and the end of the season. So, yeah, let me know in the chat where you think we'll end. Me and Oscar, or should I say probably more me, has been saying that we might get European Conference. Maybe it still will be a reality. I don't know. We'll have a little chat about it anyway. But Ed, just brief thoughts on Fulham. Happy to see Patrick Bamford and Rafinha back amongst the goals. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, absolutely buzzing to see Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford add to his tally for the season. He's having a phenomenal season. It was a great goal as well, to be fair, from the throw-in. Jack Harrison, beautiful cross into Bamford. And, it's a really nice finish, really nice movement from him. Gutted for Luke Ayling, though. His goal being ruled out. It shouldn't have been ruled out, in my opinion. Tyler Roberts, he's moving forward. I don't think, I don't think it should be offside. And, the line as well on their defender, it's drawn to it's drawn to his foot. His shoulder's in line with Tyler Roberts. I thought it was a stupid decision. Hate VAR, but it is what it is. But at least we got to see Ayling's hair in all its glory, and the Rockstar celebration again. That was worth seeing. And then Rafinha just showing his class. Don't know how he scored, to be honest. It was an impossible angle. Goalkeeper should have had it. But it was a great build up though. Callum Phillips winning that ball. In midfield, Patrick Bamford, nice play through to Rafinha, and it capped off what I thought was, a decent performance from Leeds. I thought we were, class before Fulham equalised. But when Fulham equalised, we started making silly mistakes, giving the ball away. Alioski had a shocker in that first half, and if it wasn't for Melier, we could have easily lost the game. I mean, that save, where Ayling cleared it off the line, that was a phenomenal save for Melier, and my man of the match on Friday. I thought he made some fantastic saves. Fulham had, a decent spell at the start of the second half, but I thought overall Leeds were a better team, and well worth the win, and to break the London curse as well heading into this international break. It's it's a really nice feeling.
Piece of piss, isn't it? That winning games in London. I know. And just for those in the chat, apparently we're 11th, not 12th. My apologies. My apologies. Last week I didn't know Bielsa had a press conference. Today I don't know what position we are in the table. I can tell you where Fulham are, though. Sorry, apologies. I'm not perfect, it's progress, not perfection. Rob, Ed makes a good point. Obviously, Melier, man of the match. He was my man of the match. Just how impressed are you with Melier and his performance on Friday night?
I think overall on the season, we've got to be more than impressed, to be honest. If you look at his actual age, I think people forget a little bit about that because of the way he plays the game. And keepers are always in a situation where they make one mistake, everybody sees it, and it usually ends up with being a goal. Midfielder makes a mistake, whatever, it doesn't all, there's people to back him up. There isn't anybody to back him up. That's last line of defence. So I think the way he plays the ball out, the confidence he has, you could say he needs to. I do feel he could come and catch the ball a little bit more. Actually, take control of the box. I think he's done that in the last couple of games a little bit more than he had previously. He's actually sort of bossed the box a little bit more and got people out the way and gone towards it rather than letting everything happen in front of him. But I think, considering his age and what we've got to look forward to, he's only going to get better and better. He was man of the match. Closely, I thought Phillips had a really good game on Friday night. I really did. He was just. He seemed to be everywhere. I know he's not. I know we get used to him being like that, but I think he actually. And second, I think he stepped it up even more than he did in the first. Because there were others, as already been mentioned, that we won't keep going into, which we're dragging along a little bit occasionally. But I thought Click coming on, when he came on, I thought he looked livelier than he has for months, to be honest. Chasing, whatever's been going on there, hopefully things have started to turn around for him in that respect. And like you said with Bamford, he's always going to put the ball in the back, and it might take him 3 or 4 games, but we know now, we have the confidence now that he is always going to find the back of the net at some point in time. And I think the confidence we went into that game, we started that game, we knew we were taking that game on Friday night. the way we
Yeah.
started it.
Yeah.
You know, a few of these games that we've played, you start in the first 15 minutes. I've heard you talk about it on here. We know in the first 15 minutes whether we've got a chance in this game, and because of the attitude that we have. If you go back to United and stuff like that, you know, you knew there was something not right. You could just see it. Friday night they played the game, a bit like Brentford when we were in the Championship, when we were struggling, and that was the game we drew 1-1.
Yeah,
we weren't losing that game that day. We weren't losing it, and that was the
Kiko tried his best, didn't he? Kiko tried his best to try get us to lose it.
I mean, bless him. He gave it a good enough shot. I'm sure he was paid by somebody else. But yeah, you know, we came out in the way we started. I was confident that we were coming away with that with the points at the end of it. So that's good.
Happy days. I'm just gonna just because I have the power. One of the Leeds United lasses dug me out for getting it wrong and saying that we were 12th and 11th. So I'm now going to return the favour. And Miss Firth has said that Ayling had a great game. That is so far wide of the mark. You can't even see the mark. Ayling was poor. Ayling was very poor on Friday night for me. At fault for the goal. Can't head the ball. Wasn't one of his better games. So just going to, you know, pass the baton back there, Miss Firth. Just for having a go, I'm going to do that. But yeah, Oscar, both fullbacks were pretty terrible, weren't they, on Friday night?
Yeah. I think especially Alioski. I think Alioski was wow. That first half was not great at all. I mean, I still can't get over when he decided to kick the ball out for that corner. Why kick the ball that way and not think, oh, kick out for a throw-in? No, kick out for a corner. The worst thing a Leeds player can possibly concede, worse than a penalty, is a corner kick. More dangerous than penalties for us at the minute, aren't they, corners?
Yeah.
Ayling, it's a strange one of Ayling, isn't it? Because we're talking about, obviously, that goal that probably should have been given early on. What a header that was, by the way.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Someone's mentioned that in the chat. But I say this all the time, Oscar. He can head the ball anywhere. He can win 50-50s. But for some reason, put him in our box and he goes to shit. He turns
4'1" in our when he's defending corners. He goes from like 6'1" to 4'1" in just from a set piece. I don't get it, me at all. I think it wasn't a particularly good set piece either. It was along the ground. That's the most disappointing. It wasn't like he was beaten into the air by Anderson, who's a big lad kind of thing. He just wasn't concentrating. I didn't think he got tight enough, and so it's such a disappointing goal to give away. And to be fair, Fulham had a couple of half chances on set pieces in the game, and they could have got an undeserved result just from how badly we defended them. But the fullbacks, they didn't really offer much going forward defensively or anything really. They just made a lot of mistakes in the game, and ultimately it was a good job. Phillips, Llorente, Strauch was superb on the night, especially Llorente and Phillips for me. I thought both were absolutely brilliant. Probably the best of the outfield players for me on the day. For Melier was man of the match, to be fair. But yeah, I think on another day, you're looking at fullback performance. We're probably struggling a little bit there, in terms of if we're up against better wingers as well. It is a concern, but I think obviously you look at it now, and I honestly I'm not really that bothered if Alioski doesn't stay, to be honest. I'd like him to stay because he's a decent backup option, but am I that desperate for him to stay? Probably not, to be honest. Just to be totally honest with you.
No,
if we want to move forward, he can't really.
Yeah.
Can he? I mean, he's not. He can't get that much better than he is now. There aren't many more. I can't see any more levels to
well, he's 29, isn't he, as well, Rob? That's the thing.
Exactly.
He's not like he's 21 and you're learning kind of thing.
Different matter. But I think it's.
And with next year, when signings come in, if we get Pavard left back, you've got Leif Davis waiting in the wings. You've got Niall Huggins who can play there, and you're also going to have Stuart Dallas who's going to play there. It looks to me now Dallas is more suited to midfield, but knowing the summer we're also going to improve in that area. You're going to have Rodrigo who's going to have had a full pre-season, be chomping at the bit. You're going to have Tyler who is progressing for me really nicely. I still don't understand the little bit of hate that he got on the post-match because I thought he was good. and he's getting better. For me personally, I just think that means we're going to have a lot more options, and therefore we don't really need Alioski as such. I agree. Do you go along with that?
To come back off loan as well.
Huh?
Barry Douglas to come back off loan as well.
Don't be getting on that hype train again, for God's sake. Ed, what are your thoughts on that, the left-back situation and Alioski?
Well, my heart really wants Alioski to stay because, I just think he's a great character, top bloke. I think it mostly stems as well from where I sit at Ellen Road. I sit right in the corner, and I've just grown fond of a Harrison-Alioski partnership down that wing.
Nice.
I like Alioski, but my head just says, logistically, financially, it's not worth doing for the club. Alioski, 29 years old, he's going to want, he's nearing the end of his career. He's going to want to play football. He's going to want to have guaranteed football. We're not going to give him that. He'll want a high wage as well. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to give him that either. And, you mentioned there, Leif Davis, who I think is, more than capable of, starting in Premier League. Niall Huggins as well, waiting there. And Stuart Dallas as well, who, for me next season, I don't think is going to be starting. I think, we're going to get some new midfielders in. Aylin's obviously going to start at right back. So, Dallas is going to be, a replacement there for left back if we do get, another left back in. And, I think we will, we've been needing a new left back since Charlie Taylor left, really. We've had problems there for years. Barry Douglas wasn't really the player we thought we had signed. Vernon Anita and, Lomond Sabok, less said about them, the better. So, it's, we seriously need, a quality left back in bringing in the summer. And so, if we do bring one in, then Alioski's probably not needing it. It's probably time to say goodbye, which is, it's sad because, I've grown really fond of this squad. But, in the summer, we're going to see, quite a few of these players leave, and we're just going to have to deal with it, really, and move on.
Yeah. Rob, do you have that sentiment for Alioski? I get it. I understand we all do. But, I mean, if you look at that performance on Friday, when he's tried to half volley it from, the halfway line back to Melier, the one where leathered it.
If he'd have made that goal, I'd probably give him a contract. But it's never going to happen, is it? Really? I struggle with Alioski in the Championship because he would work so hard, but give us nothing at the end. You know what I mean? He's running up and down that wing, and then the cross would be over the back of the south stand, or
he was offside so much in that first season as well. When he played left wing, he was offside more than he was on.
Absolutely, I could never understand how a professional footballer could spend that much time in the wrong place, and it's just. So he's always frustrating. He's had his good games, don't get me wrong. He's had good games. The goal against West Brom was good, and he has flashes where you think, oh, he's all right, he's okay. And you never want to dig one out. It's just, I think certain players can play at that level, at this level, and certain players aren't. If everybody could play at Premier League, then there'd be no other leagues to play in, would there? They'd all be sat there waiting for a game in the Premier League. So you've got to be realistic at the end of the day.
100%. I just want to pick up, obviously, Duncan Hamlin, rest in peace, Peter Lorimer, an absolute Leeds United legend, #hotshot, #Lash, which all our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. And Oscar, you have first-hand experience of Peter, right?
To be fair, my dad was good friends, to be fair, with Peter, over the last couple of years, and I've done a couple of shows with him, and I can't speak highly enough for him, in terms of as nice a bloke off the pitch as good a player he was on the pitch, kind of thing. Can't speak highly enough of him. His knowledge of the game is incredible. Honestly, watching the 23s, any person associated with Leeds he would know about in terms of what to expect from him and all that, and just a top fella, and just heartbreaking. What had happened in that lot, because Peter hadn't been well for quite a while, to be fair, and seeing him at games and that lot, not like what he was difficult, really. But massive shout out for Eddie Gray as well, because Eddie Gray has shown a lot of support for the Peter Lorimer's family over the last couple of years. A lot of stuff behind the scenes in terms of going to visit Peter in that lot, and massive shout out for Eddie Gray as well, to be fair. He's continued to be a fantastic servant to the club, to be fair. But Peter Lorimer, record goal scorer, the hardest shot in football history, legend. Legend doesn't even come close to the way of what he did for Leeds.
It's very true, and a fitting tribute from our man Oscar Marriott there. Thanks for that, buddy. I just want to just to round off on Alioski. Duck C said, if you want to get rid of Alioski because of that one game, then we need to get rid of most of our players. Everyone can have an off game. Okay, we're not saying we want to get rid of Alioski because of one game.
No.
We're saying we'd be happy for him to move on because of 2.5 seasons worth of Alioski. And that, I don't mean he's been really poor for 2.5 seasons, but I think if you were to look at our starting 11, which position is the weakest? Left back. Who's in that position regularly? Alioski. Is he a left back? No. He probably, if you were to ask Alioski, is he a left back? He'd probably say no. He probably would still want to be a left winger and play higher up the pitch. You know? I think
he manages to get caught offside at left back, not just on the left wing. I've never seen a left back get caught offside. In all the years, I've never seen a left back get caught offside so often. It is crazy.
Yeah,
on the right hand side of the pitch.
Exactly.
That's a great shout on the opposite end of the pitch. Love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah, and like you say, he may go broad. I think King Richard's made a good point, which he very rarely does, to be fair. So well done, King Richard. He says Alioski isn't a left back. Maybe he wants to go and play in his correct position, which is a good shout. And I think wherever he does end up, we hope, if he goes there, he goes there. He'll be offered more money than what Leeds can offer him. He's probably going to be looking at a stint in European football, which he probably never thought he would get, and he has Bielsa to thank for that. I do think that if these Leeds players do think they can go on and be better elsewhere and do all these, I think they need to realise what Bielsa's done for their career, because I don't think a lot of them will go on and have the same success that they did elsewhere. Did here, sorry. That's just my own personal opinion. I might be wrong, but there you go. But that's that. That's Fulham, Alioski. Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Leeds United currently sit 11th in the table, not 12th, 11th in the table. There's the table in front of us there. We have 9, if my maths are right. I make sure I'm having to fact check myself yet. Let me just count on my fingers. Yeah, 9 games between now and the end of the season. Obviously, some huge games coming in April. But just looking at that table, and I'll come to you first of all, Ed. I'll take this table off, so take a mental picture now. All right, so I'm going to take it off so we can see your beautiful face. Where do you see Leeds United finishing between now and the end of the season, Mama?
Well, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint, an actual position, really. I think we should all be pretty happy with a top 10 finish, top half finish, just to see us in the top half of the Premier League table after 16 years. It's just it's a great thing to see, really. At the start of the season, I was saying, if we finish 12th or 13th, I'll be happy, just as long as we stay up. Really, that's the main goal, to stay up. And I think that we will stay up now. Obviously, as a Leeds United fan, you always a bit. You always, you're prepared for the worst, really, being a Leeds United fan. But I think we're going to be safe now. And yeah,
you think? We've been safe. I keep having to do this, Ed. We have been safe for months.
Joe, you've been saying that for years, to be honest, mate. As optimistic as it gets.
No, but honestly, you say, we think we're safe. We are safe, bro. We have been for weeks, man. But go on. Sorry to jump in.
Well, the goal right now is just to, finish as high as we can, really, and just a top 10 finish, I think. I mean, mathematically, we can still finish third, but we're not going to finish third, are we? Just top. I don't think we'll finish, I think it's going to be 10th, really. I don't think we're going to go above Arsenal or Everton, the likes of those. I think, top 10 or, 11th or 12th. I don't think we're going to drop below, Crystal Palace.
So top 10's the highest for you, yeah? That's the ceiling that you think, which, again, that would be an amazing season, obviously, coming up, first team, first time in the Premier League in 16 years and stuff. But, Rob, what about yourself?
It's very similar. I mean, if we finish where we are now, after going away to Yeovil and Hereford and all this nonsense, and seeing all we've had to put up with over the last 16 odd years, then that's fine. That's fine. I do think we could get into single figures. I think we could do 9th, possibly somewhere around there. If we get, we've got some difficult games going up, which I know you were going to talk about. So it depends. It depends a lot on what we can get out of those. We've still got to play Spurs at our place and whatever as well. So we got games ahead, and they're not going to be easy games. But there's no reason why we couldn't get a decent result against at least a couple of them. And who knows? I do think 9th or 10th, something like that. I think that would be like Ed said. If you look at the top, I don't have to wait for him to flick to the next bit on the TV to see us. I want to see if any first.
Yeah. I get that. It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice just to see us there, where we should be, and enjoy that. So.
Yeah, definitely. Oscar?
I have to agree. I have to echo what Ed and Rob have said. I'm thinking something. I think we can finish top half. I do. I think Villa have been great for quite a while now. Last couple of weeks, I don't think they've been particularly great. You're looking at the teams we've got to overtake. I think
they're a one-man team, bro. That's the facts of it. Villa are a one-man team.
Yeah. No, they are totally. Yeah, no Grealish, and Grealish probably isn't going to be back anytime soon. So I think we can finish above Villa. Can anyone overtake us in terms of they were below us? Not really. No, not really anyone that's seriously close to us who's really putting a run together. So I fancy us to, at the very least, be around where we are now. But I see no reason why we won't finish in the top 10. I'm pretty confident of that. I know, obviously, looking at the teams above us, then Everton, Liverpool, Tottenham. We're probably not going to finish that high. But you never know, because I'm looking at that April, all of a sudden, after beating Fulham, getting that result against Chelsea, the Leicester win, competing against the top teams in terms of Leicester and Chelsea, and even Everton, we could have got something on another day.
Yeah.
I'm not that, other than City away, which is like, just get
through it.
I think Melier is going to have the game, not just the game of his life, probably the greatest game a goalkeeper's ever had in the history of football to keep a clean sheet in that one, because De Bruyne having shots up, getting shots off, Gundogan, etc. Aguero will probably be back by then. Sterling, it's not going to be easy, that City game. But the other ones, Liverpool and that team from over the Pennines at home, why not? I don't think either team is as good as what they were when we last played them. Certainly Liverpool. There'll be no Van Dijk. They'll be focused on the Champions League by then. Yeah. So they'll probably only be putting half a team out. Because I think the Liverpool game's in the middle of their Real Madrid 2 legs. So that could work in our favour. I don't think we'll see likes of Salah, Mane, Jota all on the pitch at once. So I think we will win one of those games against Liverpool, Tottenham, Man United, to be honest. Probably most likely Liverpool, to be honest, out of the 3. But I don't see no reason why we're not going to pick up some more results that we supposedly shouldn't get. But we will get the odd battering. The City game, I think we're pretty much accepted. That's probably going to be one of them. And there'll probably be another one. And that's just the way it is supporting Leeds. We're going to have the odd game like Arsenal and that lot. But can we do that? Can we go? No, we got beat by Leicester though, didn't we?
But he's not classing them in the big 6, I'd assume, is he?
Oh, the big 6. Sorry, I thought you said top 6. Yeah, that's
well,
true.
They should be, to be fair, because Arsenal aren't there, are they? They should be binned off. They're shocking.
I'm preparing for Arsenal fans to invade the comments like they always do.
They're shocking though, bro. They are bad.
And all this lot.
I think if Leicester are going to replace one of the traditional top 6, it's Spurs, because they've won absolutely nothing. Arsenal have at least won the FA Cup in recent years. Spurs have won nothing for God knows how long.
It's a very long time, but for me, if I'm looking now, I would say that Tottenham are better than Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal beat them at the other weekend.
Arsenal are fucking 11th, bro.
There's not a lot in it.
10th, wherever they are.
9th.
Are they 9th?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
I think they're like one place behind Spurs in the table.
Have you looked at the table, Joe?
I've just had, mate. I've not took a mental picture like you. Let's have a look. Oh, the 9th, look, yeah. I mean,
They're
to be
still
fair,
a bit
they
behind spot
salvaged a point, didn't they? They salvaged a point against West Ham the other day, but they are woeful. I don't know. But Tottenham might win a trophy this season. Anyway, this isn't Tottenham anyway, is it? Fuck it. Let's not talk about that. Okay, so I'm going for. Let's just have a look at this table again. So Ed said still mathematically we can finish third, right?
On goal difference.
On goal difference, right? Okay, so based on that, I'll probably go for fourth. No. On a level though, look, I think I'm a bit with Rob. I think we can get into single figures, and that would be a great season if we did. It would be absolutely amazing if we could get into single figures. Top 10 though. Top 10 would be class, right? You know, and I just don't want to drop lower than 12th, 13th, you know, and I think that would be, to be honest, Bielsa's come out and said, hasn't he, and said he thinks it would be a disappointing season if we weren't to get top 10. So you know, that shows where his head's at. Okay, let's obviously, we've said where we think where the table may lie, etc. I'm not going to look at that Sheffield United game because it's 3 points in the bag. All right, I said it. It's 3 points in the bag. Nah, I do. I say it jokingly because if Sheffield United are to win any game under Heckingbottom, it will be against Leeds United.
Yeah.
Well, that
Right.
ruins the whole season then. It's meaning we could win the next 8 after that game, but if we lose Heckingbottom at home, then it just ruins everything.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, before we do that, people saying you've jinxed it now. Listen, there's no such thing as jinx.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as jinx. I said we would beat Fulham. Tash said you've jinxed it now when they went 1-1. Did we beat Fulham? Yes, we did. Because when we go in front first, we normally see out games. There are anomalies, but not that many. But let's have a look at the fixtures then. Obviously, I'm just going to move Sheffield United out of the way. And the reason I do that is because I'm looking at April and it gets me excited, right? When this fixture list came out and I seen that month, I was texting my friends, texting my brothers, speaking to people, have you seen April? And people are really nervous about this. I've seen people put in the chat like, oh, April's coming on. No, forget, like that shouldn't be in the psyche for me. And I just want to get where your head's at. Because for me, I look at that as a football fan being away from the Premier League for so long and say, give me April now, man. That is where we want to be. That's why we're back in the big time. And that's how it should be. Ed, what are your thoughts on that month, and then trio of games?
Well, when the fixtures were released initially, I was like, I mean, if we're in a relegation scrap, then that month is going to be horrible. You know what I mean? That month is going to be horrible. I mean, if we could concede less than 20 goals in that month, then that'll be a success. No, I mean, it's what we all want. It's why we wanted to be back in the Premier League, to be playing amongst the best. We want to be playing the likes of, Scum at home, Manchester City and Liverpool. We want to be playing against these teams. And, at the start of the season as well, there were hope that, fans could be back in the grounds for April. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But no, it is an exciting month. Oscar said earlier that we could probably beat Liverpool. I agree. We beat them at the start of the season, didn't we? No, we should have done. We should have done. But no, I think we have a good chance against Liverpool. I think, Scum, that could be another horrible game, in my opinion. Manchester United.
I think it'll be different this time, Ed.
They're good at counter-attacking. They're good at just sitting back and hitting on the counter, and they've got fast players, and, we saw what they did, what was it, December, the punished us on the counter-attack. Manchester City, away. I mean, we drew 1-1 against Melier in the season, so there's no reason why we can't get something from that game, but...
They were shite then, though.
yeah, that's true.
One for the quadruple. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna win the league. Man City,
Mendy was playing left back in that game, Ed.
Yeah, and Ian Pervada did an absolute job on him there. So if Mendy plays at left back again in the game, then who knows? I mean, it's Bielsa against Pep Guardiola. It's going to be a very exciting game to watch. And there's no reason why we can't go there and pick up a point. But I mean, I'm looking at the Liverpool game, thinking we can easily get something from that game. At home against a Liverpool side who are struggling this season. So that game excites me 100%.
Just that one.
Yeah, because I think we could get get our ass handed to us, against Scum and Man City. I really do.
I think it's an age thing, isn't it? Maybe Ed, obviously Leeds have been in such disarray, and it's an age thing. Maybe I'm not sure, but even when you seen that fixture list, your straight thought was to go, "Oh, if we're in a relegation and we've got them three, that's the football league's, the Premier League's corrupt, man. They've set that up." Whereas I was like, "Come on, that's what we're here for." But I understand it, man. Different strokes for different folks. Rob, where's your head at with them 3 games, mate?
Just wish we were in there.
Yeah,
obviously Scum's the first game you look for in the season. When are we playing and whatever. That's why we all stood there in the Championship, getting frustrated, getting upset because we weren't getting out of there to play these teams. So now we're there. We've just got to embrace it. You just got to enjoy the fact that we're going to be there playing on this and see how we get on. We've got to remember we're kind of playing with a Championship side plus a couple of add-ons that we've brought in. We haven't done a Fulham and bought an all new team and whatever. We're basically playing with players that have progressed with the club. And if I was a player and I was stood there going, I'm playing for Leeds United, I'm playing Scum next week, I'm playing Liverpool, we're going away to City. If you can't get up for those games, then there's we'd be up for it more ways than one, and I just
sent off within 5 minutes against Man United, me.
5 minutes.
I'm telling you. Yeah, true.
Who would you foul?
Who would I foul?
Oh, Fernandes. No doubt about it.
Straight for Pogba's knees.
No, Fernandes.
No. Straight scissor kick.
Take the biggest threat off the pitch and the most annoying player. No doubt about it, Fernandes.
Like Berardi's debut challenge, mine would be one of them on Pogba, I think.
Probably got Harry Maguire.
Oh, really? You've got to look at Harry Maguire.
He's our best playmaker, Harry Maguire, in that game.
Ed's got a look of Harry Maguire.
Cheers, mate.
Get out of order.
Nice.
Harry Maguire gets blasted for having a big head. Cheers, mate.
Sorry, mate. I didn't mean. Mate, my head's massive as well. Don't worry about it. I'm balding. You've just got to lean into that stuff. Go on, Rob. Sorry.
No, it's just obviously. I mean, I look at City. City are a much better team now than they were when we played them at Ellen Road. In all fairness, I watched them the other night and they're frightening. If you look at their bench they had the other night, the bench was terrifying. Not even the people on the pitch. If you can put De Bruyne on the bench.
He brought him on 80th minute and he was involved in both goals. Well, he scored one and then near enough was involved in the lead up to Gundogan's.
So I don't see us doing anything at the Etihad, to be honest. I'd be happy to get out of there with it in single figures. That would be good. And let's come back to Leeds. It's come at home. Liverpool. I do think because apart from the Wolves games, Bielsa's never been done twice. Not really. Yeah. He never gets done twice. And I think United coming to Allen Road, he wants that one. He wants that. He wants to put 100%. Himself back against that. And he wants revenge in that respect. He doesn't want
100%. I agree with you.
Sides to be beaten like that. And I do think we've got a decent result in that. And as long as we don't turn up in the first not turn up in the first 5 minutes like we did last time, and put them, 2 or 3 goals ahead.
But this was the thing. We got it all wrong. The players were too gung ho. You had Rafinha, you had Kippy all ahead of the ball. We were dispossessed and it was just opening up, and McTominay just ran through, Yeah. I agree with you. It'll be different this time.
Yeah.
It'll be 100% different. And I think we'll get 3 points against them. I do think we'll get 3 points against Manchester United at home. Rob, give me your points total.
1 against.
Go on, mate. Sorry,
3 against you. 3 against Scum. 1 against Liverpool. I can't see anything against City. To be fair, not realistically.
4 points would be a great return, though.
Yeah.
4 points
definitely.
would be a great return.
Yeah, definitely.
Ed, points total out of them 3?
Yeah, 4 points would be amazing. I think we can get something from the City game and something from the Liverpool game. I mean, we can get something from all 3 games. 5 points could be doable, but no, I think 4 points. From either of those 3 games would be fantastic.
What's your heart? That's your heart. What does your head say?
It says the same, really.
Yeah.
I think 5 points is
Nice.
doable, and 4 points, is quite realistic and would be unbelievable, really, from those 3 games. Because at the start of the season, you look at them thinking, all right, well, that's a loss, But I think it's possible that we can get some points from those.
Yeah, agreed. Oscar, 9 points.
No, I'm a lot less ambitious on that one. I'm a lot less ambitious about them. The City game, they'd have to rest a lot of players for me. They might do. They might rest a couple of players. They might only play Mahrez and Foden. They might only play them. So called the City fans, their weak links, Mahrez. Anyway, that's that kind of thing. But yeah, so that sums it up, doesn't it? The quality. They've got Jesus and Mahrez are the weak links of the team. So there you go. But yeah, look, I think the Liverpool and Scum games, I like to think we'll be competitive in both. I really do. I'll go for 3 points. I think we'll win 1 and lose 1. Yeah, I'm going to go for 3 points. I think the odds say we don't draw many games, do we, to be fair? So I reckon we'll win 1, lose 2 of them. And look, if we win 1 of those 3 games, it's a bonus in terms of the points total, because the other games other than that one, I think Tottenham's the only other game in terms of playing the higher-end teams in the last couple of games. They're all winnable, all the other games.
Yeah, they are.
Brighton,
Right.
Burnley, etc. So if we get 3 points from that, Southampton again.
West Brom.
We're well placed if we get 3 points from that. But as Dale says, 3.5 points will do as well.
yeah, it would be. It would be. I was just having a look at that City lineup last time out. They played obviously De Bruyne, Foden, Mahrez, Sterling. I think the big thing is though there was no Stones at the back. He's had an amazing season. Stones and Diaz have been class at the back.
Did Cancelo play?
No, mate. It was Mendy and just give me 1 sec.
Walker, was it?
Walker, yes, I believe so. I'll just have a look again. Just bear me 1 moment. Walker, Mendy, Laporte. And Fernan Torres played as well. I mean, the Leeds United app has got their real names. So some of them are really long, and I'm looking at it going, "Who the fuck is that?" Like they're proper full-on names, like Edison's Santana D, but then you don't get the rest of it. So, but I know, I don't know. Who's 20 for City?
Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, I was going to say it's Bernardo Silva.
On here, right, it says Viga de Carve. Don't know. I don't know.
Number 20, Ferran Torres. I won't know. That's 21. Number 20. Yeah, Bernardo
20.
Silva.
You seem to know a lot about Liv City, Ed.
Well, I've got Google up here, mate.
He's got Google.
I was going to say,
number 20 is Bernardo Silva, mate.
Yeah. So people are saying Bernardo Silva, but the Leeds United app have got it as Viga de Carver.
Oh. Could just translate in English to Bernardo Silva.
That's what I'm saying, though. Why not just put that, though? The app needs work. Gato Alves.
Too difficult.
Gato Alves. Number 3.
Number 3. Well,
Was that Eric Garcia? Maybe.
Gato
Alves. Number 3.
That's quite a Brazil. That sounds like a Brazilian name.
That's Ruben Diaz.
That's
yes.
Ruben.
Is it?
Oh, Portuguese. Yeah, Portuguese.
So why have we got Ruben Diaz, not Gato Alves?
Because they knew this would happen. They knew that you would read the team thing and thought.
Honestly, I read it and I was thinking, my God, I'm going to struggle with these names here.
Paul Merson job. It's a Paul Merson job.
Hey, God, man. Hey, that's a brilliant. Is that what it says as well? Let me check this out. Let me check the Leeds lineup. Aye, they have. They've got it on. They've got it as Helder Wanda Souza Diaz Vendoe Costa instead of just Helder Costa.
I love the facts. Helder Costa and his name's got Wanda. His name.
I don't understand why they've got it like that. What's all that about? They need to do some work on that. They need to do some work, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, that was that. Let's, as you can see, I can't speak. Is it Portuguese or Brazil? No, Brazilians speak Portuguese, don't they? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's turned into a geography lesson now, guys, because that's not my strong point. Move on, Joe. Move on. Right. Okay. So points totals from that. I'm going for 6.
90.
You get
I'm going for 6. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna hang my head on it. 7. We get a point against City. We beat Liverpool and we beat Man United. That's the way it's gonna go. That's the way it's gonna go. Obviously, I'm always a little bit daft with that stuff though, but why not? And then we'll probably get beat by Brighton, the XG Kings. I don't know. Yeah, but like you say, we've got some very winnable games. I don't see why top 10 he's not out of the realms of possibility, man. Let's make it happen. Yeah, Duncan Hamilton says, go for 10, Joe. Yeah, probably. Maybe. If it's as good as my pronunciation and geography, yeah, we're bang on. Go for 10. But it's that time of the show now where Oscar is going to take us through our guests' Ultimate Leeds 5-a-side teams. Before he does that, I just want to welcome any new members that have joined the All Leeds TV Members Club. Thank you very much for doing so. Please smash a like on the stream as well, share and subscribe. It is free to do so. In terms of what we've got coming up, obviously tomorrow, I can't remember what it is now. What happens tomorrow? Can you remember? I don't know. Nah, they're in the chat. I'm only joking. I'm joking. Ed.
He is only joking now.
I am only joking. It's the Leeds United Lasses tomorrow. Don't worry. Then on Wednesday, I was just joking. I was only joking.
Cheeky bit of transfer show Wednesday.
Yes.
Transfer show Wednesday. Me and Phil. Thursday. Yeah, now, are we going to do? Yeah, I mean, are we going to wait and see if KP's playing for England and maybe do a cheeky watch along?
Which is the first game? Is it San Marino?
Yeah, San Marino.
We'll do a watch along for San Marino. We might as well. We should score about 9.
Yeah, but if Watkins scores, though, it means we've got to celebrate. I can't do that, man. I can't bring myself to celebrate if Watkins scores. Yeah, not when it could be. Yeah, we will. We will, though. Yeah, we will.
We'll sort something out. We'll sort something out, won't we? But I'll hand you over to Oscar now, and he'll get. We've had. I'll let the lads talk us through the teams.
Two very different teams. Yeah. Two very, very different teams. I'll go to yours first, Rob. As long as that is what's coming up first. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'll go to yours first, Rob. Talk us through the board, mate.
Right, Martin in goal. I mean, to be honest with you, we went through a period of having some very good keepers. I mean, I watched Mervyn Day at Ellen Road and Lou Kitchen, etc. But I think overall, Robinson was a very good keeper also. But I think overall, he was the best all-round keeper that we've had at the club, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was very, very good. Shot stopping, everything, really. He commanded the box. It was, he did have there wasn't really much he couldn't do, to be honest. Penalty saves, etc. So yeah, he was for me, the ones I've seen, he was the one that I was impressed with the most, to be honest. Fairclough at the back was probably one that everybody's gone, okay, fine. But actually,
first time he's been in, Rob.
Yeah, but I watched him coming up from the second division. Watched him in. I think we bought him for like £500,000 from Spurs, and he was a very underrated player at the time. Very underrated. Could head, fantastic header of the ball. Scored a lot of goals with his head. Very quick, quite deceptively quick at the back, and very, very rarely put a foot wrong. won a second division title and won a first division title. So, as a defender we haven't got many that can say that still. That came after him. So I know there were your Woodgates and your Ferdinands after that and whatever. But for me, watching him he was good on the ball as well. Before it was probably fashionable to be a good footballer, he kind of did it all. As regards the two in the middle, I was on and on over a lot of these. I had Batty in one, I had Sheridan in one that I wrote, and I had so the midfielders that we've had. If you think about the midfielders of Reeves' era, you think about the midfielders of Wilkinson's era, and then the O'Leary, we've had midfielders that we can choose from. Decor I liked as an overall player. He liked to mix it up as much as he could play football, and I never had the privilege of watching Giles play live, but I've watched a lot of him afterwards and read a lot about him. And the way he played football and what he did with the ball was, second to none, I think. Even George Best spoke about how good he was on the ball. And he liked to mix it up as well. So I don't think anybody's going to get too much change out of them in midfield. And I don't know whether Bridges has been on before, but
last week he was on. Mickey Bridges.
There's me trying to remember where everybody. I think.
No, it was McCormack last week. Bridges.
Bridges maybe the week before then, but Bridges has been on recently, definitely.
I just think if he hadn't had the injuries he had, he would have been up there with one of probably numbers wise of some of the best strikers that we had. He was very good in goal, very good on the ball, and he could shoot from anywhere, and he scored some really good goals for us. And he was a bit like Fairclough up front. I thought he was quite underrated. A bit like I know this is not quite in the same league, but David Summer when he used to play. So watched him play and the way he would finish the ball. Again, if it wasn't for injuries and that, he would have had numbers for us as well, I think. So I loved watching him play. He was a good player.
I like that team. I do.
Nice.
I really like that team. To be fair, it's I think Chrissy Fairclough getting a very, very good scene getting mentioned. I think Chrissy White's been in there before, but first time for Chrissy Fairclough, to be fair. So good to see him get some recognition there. But I like that team, Rob. I like that team very much. Just before I go to the poll, I'm going to go to Ed's team, which is different kind of style, different kind of team. But again, equally, it's I like it. I like it a lot. Talk through the board, mate.
Well, I went off with players who I've actually seen in the flesh, really. I could have easily, gone just Leeds United legends, but I don't really have, a proper judging of them. I've only seen highlights and stuff, so I wanted to go with players who I've seen in the flesh. And I started going to Leeds games in around 2007 time. When we were in League One, so we haven't had many great players, so there wasn't too many to choose from. And I've actually gone as well, for if this was an actual five-a-side team, this would boss any league, really. So I've gone with Melier because we haven't had that many good goalkeepers in recent years. I could have put Schmeichel in there, but, when, he left, it was a bit controversial. Rob Green as well. He had a good half season, but Melier, I just think he's been phenomenal. 21 years old, that voice will just terrify any opponent. He's big as well, 6'4", with his ginormous arms and legs. I think he could just fill the entire five-a-side goal because five-a-side goals are quite small. So I think Melier would do a fantastic job. And 21 years old, 9 clean sheets in his first Premier League season. It's fantastic, and he's going to be France number 1 in a few years, 100%. So yeah, I went Melier. Luke Ayling in there just because I like him, really. I think he's a great character, to have in the team. In five-a-sides, heading's not important, so he doesn't have to be too tall or too strong. Ayling's quick. He all round. He can play centre back, full back. All round, he's a top defender and a top character as well. And again, just imagine his hair. flying in a five-a-side game will be a sight to behold. Anyway, Calvin Phillips in midfield, of course, Leeds lad. I just had to have him in. I just love Calvin Phillips and how much he's progressed under Marcelo Bielsa. I just like him, and in the five-a-side team, he'll do the defensive duties, but he'll also help out up front. Pablo Hernandez, Leeds United legend, best signing we had in the Championship years. I think Rafinha tops him, but Pablo Hernandez just an unbelievable player for Leeds United. He got us up really, didn't he? That goal at Swansea, he's just a fantastic player. Can't speak highly enough of Pablo Hernandez, and he's skillful, he's quick. I think he'd do great in a five-side game. And Ross McCormack up front, I wanted to put Jermaine Beckford in there and Becchio, but McCormack for me was just an all-round fantastic forward. Single-handedly kept us up in that 2013-14 season. 29 goals, 10 assists, and 50 appearances overall. Just he did keep us up that season, and without him, we definitely would have gone down to League One, and we won't be in the Premier League now, certainly. So McCormack, such a big part of recent history. Gave us so much joy, so many fantastic goals, and I had to have McCormack in there. I think he'd be great in a five-side team as well.
Right.
I like that. Ross has got a lot of votes. To be fair, last couple of weeks he's got increasingly.
He got some unnecessary stick. I felt last week. I thought he was great, me.
I loved him.
Yeah,
I loved him. He was of the Chileno era. I thought he was probably the best player of the Chileno era for me in terms of turning up and keeping us up on his own. I mean, he was just unreal that season. Talk about just clutch moments just to keep us up in big moments. And he deserved better than that team, to be honest. He was probably the only player in that team who was truly probably Premier League quality. I think the rest believed they were and weren't really at that level. But he did kind of deserve better than to be sharing the pitch with Michael Brown, Jason Pickett, and Michael Tong, if we're being honest.
Absolutely.
I can't blame him for leaving. And comes back the next pre-season after that, and he's been asked to bring in his own lunch. I mean,
I think a lot of people, you look at Ross McCormack and they just think, the way he left, the way he left the club, it just, it was a bit sour towards the end. But McCormack were just class during them years. As I say, single-handedly kept us up in that season, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just quickly go to the poll on YouTube. We asked our members to give a quick vote. We will put that on Twitter as well. So 68% have gone with guess Joe Wayman, Rob or Ed.
I'm gonna go with Ed.
No, they've actually gone with Rob. They've gone with Rob's team.
Wow, that's a turn up for the Bucks. I just thought age and all that sort of stuff. Maybe they've gone with Ed's, but they obviously know ball, Rob.
The old farts five-a-side.
That's a surprise, actually. That's a surprise. Are you surprised by that, Oscar?
I didn't think it'd be by that kind of margin, to be fair. That's quite a big margin, but yeah, thank you very much to whoever has voted. Out for the members, 25 of you have voted on our members poll. 68% have gone with Rob, but I reckon it'll be closer on Twitter. I think it might be a little bit closer. Yeah. I still think Rob will probably win overall, but let's wait and see. Can Ed turn it round on the Twitter poll? Let's see.
In the second leg.
Second leg.
Great. Right, Ed, before we end, mate, tell us what you're doing on All Things Leeds. I know we had a lot of love in the comments for you being a better quiz master than Oscar. So what are you doing?
Well, hang on a second. James Milner played under Kevin Blackwell. I still can't get over that one.
He was at the club when Kevin Blackwell was, so technically he played under him.
No, he's not playing. He didn't play. Anyway. I
still played a game in training.
I'll stop moaning.
Do weekly podcast on All Things Leeds. We do some live streams for about surrounding games, pre-match chats and post-match reactions and stuff like that. Just what you see on All Leeds TV, really. So if you want a different opinion, then coming over and have a listen. But yeah, weekly podcast. fortnightly quiz as well. We had Oscar on the last one, and that was a load of fun. Apologies, Oscar, about the James Milner thing, but you clawed it back. You still won the quiz, so you're going to be on the next one, which is great.
I couldn't let Scott win. Because I would never have lived that down. To be fair to Scott.
But no, it's fun. So, if you want a different fan's opinion, then come on over and subscribe to All Things Leeds if you want. If you don't want it, then that's fine.
Check them out. Ed's very professional. He's how's you're still in your uni, right? How's that going with the uni and stuff?
Yeah, no, left that last year, so just volunteering in sports journalism, and then just working to get my way by through this lockdown, and hopefully we're out of this lockdown soon, and I can get cracking with some other stuff.
Great stuff, mate. Good luck with all that, Ed. And Rob doesn't have a channel, but he's the chair of the am I getting this right? Leominster?
Leominster, that's right.
Leominster, sorry, my apologies. But any Leominster people, tell them, Rob, what can they do?
Basically, I mean, we've got Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. So it's just we start off. I mean, we're a fair way from Leeds. We've got I think every home game's a 350 something mile round trip.
Wow. So
and we run in sort of 40, 45, depending on that. I mean, this is Championship. So I'm expecting in the Premier League when we actually manage to go, I'll have a few more emails and a few more phone calls going, any chance of a ticket. So it's just from our point of view, I'm probably, as you can tell by my team, I'm probably a little bit more old school than some. So it's for me it's about obviously we all want to be there, but it's we've got a group, and to be honest with you, a lot of them it's been quite difficult for a lot because their Saturday is what some of them don't have the family around them, so Saturday at football is what keeps them going. So we try and keep in contact as much as we can, texting, Facebook messaging, whatever, ringing, calling, popping around if we can, drop stuff on, because there's some older lads that travel with us and stuff like that. So it's just anybody. We start in Herefordshire, we go all the way through Shropshire, we pick up in Wrexham, we come across from Chester. So anybody in that neck of the woods, go on the Facebook page, Mr. White's message on there, we can sort that out. So yeah, I just want to get back to this is why this is so good, because it's not having this conversation with people all the way up there or in the pub or on the way back down while we were so fit or while we were this, that and the other. This is why this is so good for me personally, because it means you can still have that conversation. So yeah, it's you're doing an excellent job. So we just need to keep going until we can actually all be back there. So which we're looking forward to.
You're going to make me cry, Rob. You're going to make me cry if you carry on, bro. The tear ducts were going then for a second. Thank you very much, mate. Honestly, that means a lot. That. Thank you very much. And you're doing a cracking job, obviously, getting people from all the way down there up to Leeds, which is a job in itself, and having to put all that together and make sure people are on time. My head would fall off. So fair play to you for doing that. And hopefully, at the end of the season, if my predictions are right, you'll be booking Champions League travel for next season.
Plane tickets. That's all we want. Plane tickets.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Great stuff. Thank you both so much for coming on. We've overran a little bit slightly. I know Oscar needs to shoot. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Keep it locked to All Leeds TV as per. You've got your women coming tomorrow at Leeds United Lasses, so make sure you tune into that. Check out All Things Leeds. Get in contact with Leominster White if you're on that journey, and he'll pick you up, will Rob, on the way. And yeah, we will see you in a bit. You want to say bye, Oscar?
See you later, guys. We will be back again tomorrow night. Tash on the Leeds United Lasses, and Wednesday we've got the transfer show coming back. Any requests, by the way, guys? You want us to look at? Get them in the comments down below. Me or Phil will do the research. If there's anyone you want us to talk about on Wednesday, I guess we'll leave it there anyway, guys.
Peace.